Hello everyone, here in this session we'll discuss about impulse turbines, their losses and efficiencies. So here there is a typical arrangement of layout, hydroelectric power plant layout, impulse turbine. Now energy losses in impulse turbine. Now if you look at the energy starts at this level, the highest energy level that we have is over here. When it comes out at tail race level, it will be here. So this gross head will be converted into energy, electrical energy. Now during that, there will be a lot of losses that take place. The beginning one is when it enters, it goes through the pipe with high velocity and all. Because of that, there will be a loss, and that loss is shown over here. This is head loss in penstock. And after coming at this particular point, the water gets in the form of Z through a nozzle. Again, there will be some loss. The water with high velocity, all the water may not be touching the vein, some of the water may just go like that. Then there will be energy loss. Once it hits the runner starts rotating. So here there may be a losses because of friction. Then once it gets rotating, because of the bearing etc., till it goes to generator, there will be some losses. So after the losses, it gets into the shaft power. So up to the shaft power, up to generating shaft power, whatever losses are there, that will be framed in variety of efficiencies. We'll go one by one. So here losses in impulse turbine, we got reservoir to end of the penstock. When it goes, it undergoes or it loses head loss happens in penstock. This is due to friction in penstock. So before it was a gross head, then it has come down to net head. It was gross head, it has come down to net head, there is a loss. Okay, here after the penstock, it gets to the end of the nozzle. So head is lost in the nozzle and then the jet gets generated. Now power is supplied to the wheel. Once the jet comes out, the power is supplied to the wheel. So at the wheel, there may be losses like hydraulic losses and leakage losses. So at the end of the nozzle, from there it goes to the turbine wheel. So till it goes to the turbine wheel, you have to undergo these losses. Under hydraulic losses, we got blade friction. Water has to touch and move along the blade. So there is a blade friction. There is eddy formation, a reverse. And then energy possessed by the water which is not touching the veins. And then there may be some leakage losses. So the turbine wheel start rotating. So power is developed by the wheel now. Now after the turbine wheel starts rotating, the shaft will be rotating. So here while transferring, there may be some mechanical losses which will be known as friction in bearings. So power developed by the wheel and then power obtained from the shaft, there in between there will be friction losses, friction in bearing losses, which is known as mechanical losses. Now power obtained from the shaft to the generator, there will be power developed by the generator. So there will be some losses which will be known as generator losses. Now with these losses, we can define number of efficiencies. One major efficiency is overall efficiency. Overall efficiency is a product of three efficiencies: mechanical efficiency, hydraulic efficiency, volumetric efficiency. Now mechanical efficiency, It is defined as power available at the shaft, power available or obtained at the shaft to the power generated by the runner. Hydraulic efficiency, power at the runner divided by power at the nozzle. Volumetric efficiency, power at the nozzle divided by power at the with the gross head. Now we'll go into the details. Now what is meant by mechanical efficiency? It is nothing but a ratio of power available at the turbine shaft to power available at the runner. So this covers what is known as mechanical losses. Now hydraulic efficiency, the definition goes power at the runner divided by net power supplied to the entrance or at the entrance. Now this covers what are known as hydraulic losses and leakage losses. Then I got volumetric efficiency, which covers leakage losses, which will be defined as quantity of water actually striking the runner divided by total quantity of water supplied. So this we have seen already. Overall efficiency is a product. Why it is a product? Because this denominator cancels with this numerator, the denominator cancels with this numerator. Overall efficiency now it can be defined as power available at the shaft divided by power with gross head, right? So generally if leakage is completely protected, so volumetric efficiency, this one is 100%. In that case we generally say overall efficiency is simply product of mechanical efficiency and hydraulic efficiency. Okay, thank you.